Hello, I have had this camera for a while. It's a Zenit-E, which is a pretty old Soviet camera. And what I wanted to do is go out and shoot some film and just get some nice pictures. It was a really foggy day, and I thought fog always looks great for photos. So what I did was I attached my little RX0, which is a little Sony camera. I attached it with a magic arm to the back of the camera. And this basically allowed me to use the viewfinder of the RX0 to see through the camera. So I thought I would go for a walk, shoot off some film and make a little video about it. So enjoy. So I'm going out for a walk around the marina to see what I can see. Doop doopy doop. So it's an extremely foggy day, but let's see how this goes. So my first spot is on the corner of the marina. It's an extremely foggy day, but it looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to get a picture of that and see how it looks. Just going to have a walk around and see if I can find anything else interesting. Now my camera, the light meter is not working, so I'm having to guess what my aperture and shutter speed and everything should be. Which isn't ideal obviously, but I think it should be alright. I'm on f11 at the moment because it's quite bright out here even though it's foggy. So let's see how this one comes out. I have some black and white film in here at the minute, which is perfect for a dark, foggy day. So because I'm on such a wide lens, I need a little bit of foreground interest to be able to make the shot a little bit more interesting. I quite like this sign down here. See if I can frame that in and just frame everything in there. But yeah, the boats look nice and mysterious, which is quite nice. So let's see how this one goes. Of course, the interesting thing is I won't be able to see these until it's developed, so these could all be absolutely shocking. There's lots of really random kind of art sculptures and things in Portishead, like this one here. So there's always something interesting to take photos of. I think he's looking quite nicely framed there, to be honest. Stop down a little bit because he's very bright. And we should have a nice f16 picture there. So let's just get a nice, more interesting framing. I think this crane looks pretty cool. Might need to get a better angle on it. So it actually looks nice with this foreground sort of tree here, so I want to frame that up, makes it look a little bit more interesting. Perhaps bring some of that fence in. Yeah, that looks pretty nice actually. Let's try that one. So they built this in Portishead, just down the street from where I live, and it's supposed to be an old person's flat, and then they're going to change it to houses. But to be honest, it just looks like a prison to me. I call it Shawshank. So let's frame them up with the trees there. That looks quite cool. And we'll shoot that one, I guess. This setup with the camera on the back of the other camera is kind of working, but it just makes it really difficult to focus. So I put on my widest lens, which is my 28mm Takuma, which I really, really love. I actually shot my film Stegosaurus on this lens because it's amazing, even though it only cost about £20. And yeah, it's quite tricky to focus. So what I've done, I'm using a wide lens. I'm at f8 at the minute because it's quite bright, and I am shooting like really wide shots. So I've just set the focus to infinity, which means that I don't have to worry too much about focusing it either. So I'm currently just using the little RX0 as a kind of like a viewfinder. Except if you've ever used one of these cameras, you'll know how small that display is. So yeah, focusing is not really practical like this, but I thought I'd give it a go. Let's have a look. How's that? Split the frame perfectly. Boom. I guess I could speak to you like this. Don't think anybody's ever used a sort of a 1975 film camera to do selfies or vlogging in it, but there you go. It's actually quite hard not to look suspicious when you're doing stuff like this, because I'm walking around with a camera attached to a camera, and then I've got a little microphone down here so you can hear me. And yeah, it probably looks really suspicious. In fact, I'm gonna stop doing this. Sneaky. That's another really cool shot. Perhaps bring the buildings in there, give it a bit of interest, or I can use the boats. Got buildings. I don't know what it is about fog, I just really like it. I think I used to play a video game called Silent Hill quite a lot, and it's all in the fog. I guess it reminds me of like winter and so on and so forth, so it's quite nostalgic. Also makes everything look really cinematic, I think. You can take photos on a foggy day and it's kind of a cheat because they always just look amazing, which is why I'm out doing this now, to be honest. And yeah, it really goes with the black and white film. I think it's really cool technique to use the light and fog because everything's kind of diffused. You don't get any shadows or anything like that. And yeah, it just looks cool. It just looks eerie, like. In fact, I'll stop that one down and I'll snap that one off. It sounds crude for some reason. So this looks cool. You've got the boat in the foreground, the water obviously. Then you've got these buildings just coming out the fog in the background. Actually really nice flats. I think that looks quite cool. Hopefully that's quite nicely exposed. Boom. Just got a nice shot of the marina sign there. Take that one, they might tag me. So this is quite cool. The marina's looking really awesome still. But looking back, we've got going into the light now, so we'll stop that down a bit. Try F11 perhaps. F16, no, 11. Just snap that one off. So I'm going to go to the seafront. I'll probably not see much because it's foggy, but we'll have a look and see if we can see any boats or anything like that. Might be a seagull if we're lucky. Yeah, very exotic around here. Actually going to get a good shot of my reflection here, I might try that. Without becoming too much of a hipster, I think it's quite cool that you can use a film camera to do stuff like this. And I really like the idea of film because I'm so used to shooting digitally all the time, my photography. To be able to go out and only have 26 shots or 32 shots or something like that, it's cool. It limits you in a way and you have to actually think about what you're going to shoot. Obviously I'm doing this in a bit of a rush today, so I'm just shooting as much stuff as I can for the purposes of this video really. But it's nice to go out. I've had a roll of film in my camera bag for, I don't know, probably about 3 or 4 months, and when I've been out on shoots I've been using it to do behind the scenes shots and stuff like that. I haven't developed them yet, so it'll be quite nice to just send that off and get a roll of film back that, you know, I've got no recollection of taking half of the photos probably, because I've just been picking it up and snapping it when I get a chance. Oh, this looks quite cool. Yeah, that looks really cool in the fog. It's an art installation or something. It's got 7 fathoms or 5 fathoms or something like that. So look, am I too bright? It's gonna be alright. So here we have our beautiful epic panorama of the sea. As you can see, it's not going to make the most dynamic photos, to be honest. But I do quite like the way that it just disappears to nothing. So I'm going to try see how that one comes out. So we've got another interesting one here. Let's get a picture of that. So that's it, done. I'm spent, as Austin Powers would say. I'm going to go home, get this film out here, and then send it off to get it developed. And then I will have a look at the pictures. Bye. It was quite a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed myself, although I did get a few weird looks from people as I was walking around the marina wondering what on earth I was doing with this monstrosity. Let's have a look at some of the pictures and see what you think. So that's it. I was quite happy with the results. It looks really cool. If you are getting into film, check out Jack's Labs in Bristol. They developed my rolls for me really quickly. Really helpful guys. So yeah, I would definitely recommend them guys. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.